So this call is all about to understand more about our products. Every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, we have such a call where we introduce you a little bit more and deeper into our products, so that you can optimize your own results, or you even can invite friends and family to your home and watch it together. This is why we made it this way available. So I'm super excited. Actually, it's not me speaking tonight a lot. I'm just introducing our amazing, or one of our amazing guest speakers tonight. She has a product knowledge which goes now back many, many years. She has visited already, or has participated already, a lot of different trainings, what we have from Herbalife, from our top scientists. You know, we have scientists all over the world who make, not normal medical doctors, real scientists, who make sure that we have the best of the best products all the time available, with the best ingredients, with exactly what our body needs on a daily basis. And they train us. So they come from the US or from Europe to South Africa. But sometimes this person I introduced to you right now, she also went already overseas. I remember she was in Spain, for example, listening to top scientists just to listen to their special training, because she wants to give her clients and her coaches the best knowledge ever. And this is actually, so we are really in for a real treat tonight. She just comes back from the leadership development training. There again, we launched new products and we got more product training, and she will share more about this training we had now just on a leadership level last weekend. Want to share more with us about this specific training, but also about her experience. She is on a fitness level where I just need to give up. She is into Olympic weightlifting, and when she shares with me what kind of weight she's lifting, I'm like, oh my word. One day she's lifting me up with one finger. So it's absolutely incredible. So if you want to put your hands together, she is well prepared. She always prepares to the best. And she's already a couple of years with us. She's on a level active rule team, knocking on the door, which we call a global expansion team, where you go onto a further career level, basically. So it's very, very exciting to have her here on the call. She lives in Sunningdale. So please put your hands together if you want to. Give her a big applause and woohoo to Liesl Chardim.
I should have known Roxana was on the call tonight. Goodness gracious. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for that introduction, Bea. Yeah, so the products are a big, big passion of mine, apart from the fact that they are the reason why we do and use or are involved with Herbalife. So what we thought of doing tonight is to give you guys a bit of an idea of how you can use the products for sport, no matter your current fitness level or physique. Oftentimes people have the misconception that our products, and especially our sports range, is geared more towards already very fit people, already very active people, but it's not the case. And I'm going to be sharing a bit of my use of the products with you guys, but we've also got another special guest with us on the call tonight who's also going to be sharing her journey. And there's an interesting part to her story about getting started or restarted with Herbalife again, and what a difference it's made in a short time. So without further ado, can we have the first slide, please, Bea? So I'm going to take you guys through a little bit of basic background information. We might have some clients on the call this evening. If you are just a customer and you're not an active coach, a very warm welcome to you if you're on the call this evening. So we want to give you a little bit of background, because your interaction with your coach right now might be just on a level of, you think we just sell products. There's a lot that sits behind it. We call it the distributor difference. And where we differentiate ourselves from anything else out there in the marketplace is, number one, because we use the products ourselves. We make sure that we get, as our special guest trainer from the US said this weekend, we work on getting disrespectful results. So we want to make sure that those results are so good that they're actually disrespectful. And at the same time, as much as we get excited about our results, we want to get more people using the products, but also working with our customers and showing them how they can use more of the products. Not necessarily adding a lot of extra things that they might feel cost them a lot of extra money, but showing them how they can substitute things that they are currently doing with stuff that we've got in our product range that can help them massively with their results. So behind these results, there's not just the products. There's a coach who's there to support you personally, as well as part of supportive communities and groups. A lot of you are part of 21-day challenges or 10-day challenges or 30-day challenges. It doesn't matter. The point is you're part of a supportive community where people are in the same mission as you. our focus is not just about nutrition, it's also about leading a healthy, active lifestyle. I'm going to touch on that a little bit more later on. And a big part of what we do, especially with calls like these, is about education so that we can really help you get the most amazing results ever. Next slide, please, Bea. So for us, it's about optimizing your nutrition. And this is another area where we really differentiate ourselves. It's not just about giving you a standard set of products and saying, these are what's suited to your goals. Your coach actually sits with you. If you are an active coach already, whoever it is that introduced you to the opportunity would have sat down with you and looked at your goals, because your goals really are unique to you. So we can personalize your program, but make sure that we focus on these 6 nutritional elements that you see here that are the big key to success. So we make sure that you're getting in sufficient protein, vitamins and minerals, healthy fats. Those 3 we call your, the protein, healthy fats, and carbohydrates we call your macronutrients, and then your vitamins and minerals are your micronutrients. Then in addition to that, you need a sufficient fiber intake. You need phytonutrients as well as hydration. All right, so we make sure that we cover all those areas. So we've got a core program which we call our Herbalife Breakfast, because as your grandmother might have told you as a kid growing up, breakfast really is the most important meal of the day. So it's important that you start your day the right way. So for those who've been around a little bit longer, you might associate our Herbalife Breakfast with the shake, tea, and aloe. But we've come to realize that we actually need a lot more than just what we get from our shake, tea, and aloe in the mornings. So we've actually enhanced our Herbalife Breakfast. So if you look at what CORE really stands for and why we call our core nutrition program the core, if you think in terms of exercise, which I'm sure some of you can relate to, your core muscles are the muscles that you find not just in your abdominal area. Oftentimes people think the core is just their abs, but the core muscles are actually the muscles that sit around the lower trunk area. So it sits on your sides and around your back as well. And without those muscles being strong, it can lead to things like fatigue, less endurance, and also injuries. And it can also leave you with poor posture, lower back pain, and muscle injuries. So the same goes with your nutrition. If you're not covering all areas of your nutrition with a couple of core products, you'll have gaps in your nutrition, which can lead to other issues along the line. Next slide, please, Bea. So for 2020 and going forward, we've updated our Herbalife Breakfast Core program. So you'll still see the familiar shake, tea, and aloe there, but what we've made part and parcel of our core breakfast program now is the protein drink mix, as well as the multi-fiber. Why the protein drink mix? Well, purely because you need to mix your shake in something. And so many more people are having digestive issues with milk, or they need to run around to the shops to find milk alternatives. And soy milk is probably your only decent protein rated milk alternative, but comes at a cost and the hassle of running around trying to find soy milk. And the other milk alternatives, like your almond milks or your rice milks or your hazelnut milks or macadamia milks, they actually have very, very little protein in them. So although they might give you the milkiness, they have very, very little protein. And the thing that we need to be aiming for, and this is what our doctors tell us, is we should be aiming for around 20, even up to 30 grams of protein per main meal. So at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that's what we should be having. So your Herbalife shake has 9 grams of protein, the 2 scoops of shake. So if you're just mixing it in water, you're only getting 9 grams of protein. That's why we never say mix the shake in water. If you're mixing it in a dairy-based milk, you're going to get it up to around 18 grams of protein, but you have all the other hassles and issues that go along with having a dairy milk. And even if you buy a lactose, you still have the extra added cost of having to buy that milk. And I think it's actually quite crazy, the pricing. I was looking in the shop the other day. It's very, very expensive in relation to the protein drink mix. So the protein drink mix, 2 scoops of that automatically adds another 15 grams of protein. So you bump your shake up to 24 grams of protein. But the protein drink mix also adds that creaminess that you're looking for, that you would get from the milk, without all the lactose issues that people experience with milk in general. The protein drink mix doubles up as a snack as well. You can have that as a snack mid-morning and mid-afternoon, just grabbing 2 scoops of your protein drink mix, adding in 250 ml of water, shaking it up and drinking it on the go, and you can have a perfectly healthy, balanced snack. And the great thing is the shake together with the protein drink mix only comes in at 210 calories. So high nutrition, low calories, everything that your body needs. And then the multi-fiber that we've added in contains 6 different sources of fiber. More and more with our Western diets, we're starting to see that people are lacking hugely in fiber intake. And a lot of the digestive issues that people struggle with also relates to them not taking in enough fiber. So probably 3 in every 5 people that I talk to have some form of a digestive issue, where they have constipation, or where they have a runny tummy, or they just don't feel that great digestively. Oftentimes people tell me they feel a bit heavy. They don't feel light in their tummies. So adding in things like fiber as part of your diet actually helps massively with that. So you can get fiber from natural sources, like eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, but the trick comes in for people who are really trying to manage their weight, because you want to still keep your calorie intake low enough, but get the benefits of the fiber. And this is where the multi-fiber can help you massively. It's got a light apple taste. You can add it into your shake, or you can take it and mix it in cold water or warm water. One of the ways in which I enjoy having my multi-fiber in the mornings, I actually don't like the taste of it in my shake, because then everything tastes like apple. But what I do is I take my Herbalife tea, my teaspoon of Herbalife tea, I add my 2 to 3 capfuls of the mango aloe, plus a scoop of the multi-fiber in 250 ml warm water, stir it up and drink it like that. It is delicious. And then in the evenings after dinner, I have exactly the same. I just don't add in the tea, because I don't want to be cleaning house at 3 o'clock in the morning, because I'll have too much energy. I actually need to get my rest as well. So this is what our core Herbalife breakfast program is going to be looking like going forward. And I think it's awesome that we've made this change, because I've always felt that something at least like the protein drink mix should be part and parcel of our breakfast program, because you need the extra protein. Next slide, please, Leo. Right, so Herbalife is very clever. We don't just focus on the products and helping you with a meal. We really look at what your body needs over a full 24-hour cycle. So your body needs 40% carbohydrates, 30% protein, and around 30% fats. Those are the macronutrients I mentioned earlier on. Then you've got your micronutrients, which are things like your vitamins and minerals, and your phytonutrients. Those are very, very important. Phytonutrients, by the way, play also a very important role in your immune health. Then we do need exercise. That's why our philosophy is 80% nutrition, 20% exercise, because it's very important for your body physically as well as mentally if you exercise. Then we need the fiber. Around 25 up to 30 grams of fiber is what we need per day. So if you're not eating 8 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables, I can guarantee you you're not getting enough fiber in. And then even if you wanted to incorporate those fruits and vegetables, you're still going to be struggling to keep your calorie count in check. So this is where things like the multi-fiber help you massively, as well as our fiber and herb tablets. But then hydration is the other very, very important thing. It's no good you eating healthy and you're cleaning your body nicely from the inside because you're eating healthier, but you're not feeding your body with enough water in its cells to actually start moving the rubbish and gunk out of your system. And when you're taking in fiber, it's very important to drink enough water anyway as well. And if you exercise, by the way, you should be drinking around 50% more water than what your daily allocation should be. So your daily allocation is around 1 liter of water for every 25 to 30 kilograms of body weight. So if you weigh 90 kilos, you're looking at around 3 liters minimum. If you are someone who exercises actively, you can add on another 50%. So you can add on another 1.5 liters. It sounds like a lot, but to give you guys an example, this is a 2-liter bottle, 2.2 liter bottle actually. This is my 3rd one for the day. I finished my 1st one with weightlifting this morning because it's hot, you perspire a lot. I think I easily lose 2 liters of liquid in a training session. And then when it comes to your healthy fats, the important fats that you need to be taking in are your omega-3 fats, all right? Those are the ones that we don't generally get in through our diet. It's important for brain health. It's important for brain functioning. Omega-3s are great as a natural anti-inflammatory as well. So they have anti-inflammatory properties. So it's an awesome product to add in, and that's where we have the Herbalife line. So rest is crucial as well. It's no good you're exercising, you're eating properly, you're drinking a lot of water, but you're getting 2 to 3 hours of sleep at night. Your body really never gets into that cycle where it can start using all these good nutrients that you put in to start doing repairs and helping you recover so you can start your next day. So getting that minimum of 7 hours of sleep a night is really, really essential. Thanks, Bia. Right, so once you've got your core program, or once your coach has sat down with you and has worked out your core program for you, now you can really take it next level and start personalizing it. We've got a ton of products that you can add in depending on what your specific needs and goals are. I'm not going to run into all of these products tonight. We'll do a full product training at some point again, as well with everyone. But there's products like Nightworks. Our guest speaker is going to be telling us a little bit about her use of that product this evening, as well as the ProCore. We've got ThermoComplete, which is a great product to have mid-morning and mid-afternoon to help with those cravings and things that you might struggle with. You can even add in pure personalized protein powder to your shake. We've got our snacking options with our delicious protein bars, our roasted soybeans. NRG is one of my favorite products. It really helps with focus and concentration because it contains guarana, and guarana is known for helping with focus and clarity. CR7, as well as our whole our whole Herbalife 24 sports range, is incredible because there you can take your sporting performance to the next level. Herbalife line I've already touched on, and then Lift Off, which is an effervescent tablet that you can use as an energy booster as well, especially in these really hot days. Taking a Lift Off tablet in a glass of water is an awesome way to get those energy levels lifted off and lifted up again. Next slide, please, Via. Right, so when we're looking at sports performance, Herbalife has this brilliant sports range that they developed in conjunction with one of our sports doctors, Dr. John Heiss. And in South Africa currently, we've got these 5 products available, as well as the CR7, which was co-developed with Cristiano Ronaldo. That's why it's got the CR7 logo on it. So we've got 2 products that focus on sports recovery. There's the Rebuild Endurance and the Rebuild Strength. Rebuild Endurance, the name gives you a hint already what it's for. It focuses on your endurance sports. So someone who does a lot of cardio-based activity as part of their sport, if they're a runner, if they're a cyclist, if they're someone who plays rugby, who plays soccer, who plays hockey, netball, any one of those things where you are doing cardio activity for a long period of time, even like swimming, Rebuild Endurance is a great product. So it's a little bit lower on the protein side, a little bit higher on the carbohydrate side. Why? Because with your endurance sports, it's the carbohydrate stores that you burn the most. Rebuild Strength is our general cover-all recovery shake for any other sports that you do, and especially when you're doing strength training. So this is my favorite product out of the Herbalife 24 range, because without it, I don't think I'd manage all my training sessions. It's got 25 grams of protein, but it contains a very high dose of L-glutamine, branch-chain amino acids, and a little bit of carbohydrate as well, because even when you are doing mostly strength-based activity, you are still burning some of the carbohydrate stored or glycogen that is stored in your muscles. So it does help with that recovery as well. What is important with recovery shakes, and also if you're using the regular Formula 1 shake as a recovery shake, to have it within the first 30 minutes after finishing your workout. That's when your muscles are most receptive to taking in the nutrition that they need to start repairing the muscle. All right, so that's very important. And then also for our endurance athletes, we've got the Prolong, which again, the name gives you a hint, it actually prolongs your endurance. So if you are doing long distance running, or you're doing long distance cycling or long distance swimming, this is something that you can use. There's a colleague that I've got or a friend that I've got in Australia who's an open water swimmer, but she swims really, really long races. I'm talking about 13, 14-hour races. And she uses the Prolong because they are allowed to refuel themselves during the swim. They're obviously not allowed to get onto a boat or anything, but they've got someone in a kayak that rows alongside them while they swim. And if they need to hydrate, or if they need to nourish themselves with anything, then this is what she's got in her water bottles. She loves drinking the Prolong. It helps her to prolong her endurance so she can carry on with the sports. So those are for your more endurance type sports. Any other general hydration that you're looking to do, you'd rather work with the Hydrate as well as the CR7. So the Hydrate is your general everyday hydration. It's not related necessarily even to physical activity. On a really hot day like we had today in Cape Town, the Hydrate is awesome. It's got 13 calories per serve, so you mix that in water and you drink it on the go. And you can hydrate yourself without adding in a ton of unnecessary calories. It's also got 100% recommended daily allowance of vitamin C in it, which is really awesome. Then your CR7 is the in-between one between the Hydrate and the Prolong. So the CR7 was co-developed with Cristiano Ronaldo. It's got a little bit more carbohydrates in it, so the calorie count on it is a little bit higher, but still For your general workouts, like right now when I'm busy training, I love using the CR7 because it just gives me that little kick and extra energy when I start to feel the petrol tanks running a little bit low while I'm training. I know Rukhshana does her boxing. She loves using the CR7 for her boxing as well. So you can really mix and match these products and use them any way you like. And by the way, even the Rebuild Endurance and the Rebuild Strength, if you're doing a mix of strength training and endurance, you can actually mix those two products together as well. And then the Formula One Sport Meal Shake is the same as our regular Formula One shakes that we have. The only difference really is that it's got a bit more L-glutamine in it for muscle recovery, and it's got dairy protein in it instead of soy protein, because athletes prefer dairy protein. It gets absorbed into the system a little bit faster. So hopefully that gives you guys a bit of an overview of the sports products and how you can use them. Next slide, please, Vio. Right, so now we've looked at everything that you need on the inside of your body, but what about the outside? Your biggest organ that you have is actually your skin. So it's no use doing everything well on the inside, but you're neglecting the outside. So we've got two product ranges there that help you keep you looking your best. We've got the Herbal Aloe range, which is our body care range, which contains soap bars, body washes, moisturizing lotion, body lotion. There's a shampoo and conditioner, as well as the soothing aloe gel. And the soothing aloe gel is incredible. If you've got nicks or scrapes or burns, small little insect bites, for instance, it gives instant relief. It's actually really amazing. And it's also great to apply post shaving or even post waxing. It really brings instant relief. So those are really great products, and they smell really awesome too when you've got them open at home. The whole house smells like the aloe range. And then with our facial nutrition, we've got our Herbalife Skin. And I actually call it skincare by numbers. Like you used to get paint by numbers, you can't get this wrong. So even if you've never used a skincare routine, which is often the case for guys, you can actually use the Herbalife Skin. It's awesome. You've got your two different types of cleansers. You've got a toner. You've got a line minimizing serum for those of us who are getting a little bit more advanced and experienced in life. That experience starts showing on your face. So using something like the line minimizing serum can help to show a little bit less of your experience. And we've got two eye products as well. We've got an eye gel that you use during the day and an eye cream that you use at night. And then three different types of moisturizers. There's a Daily Glow moisturizer for when it perhaps isn't that hot or you're mostly going to be indoors. You've got your SPF 30 moisturizer, which is perfect for our African sun and when you're outdoors. And then there's the night cream as well, which is really awesome. And then in addition to that, we've got two exfoliating products. One is the berry scrub and the other one is our mint mask. If you haven't tried it yet, please get in touch with your coach and get a sample of those products because they really, really are incredible. Right, so we're finally getting to the fun part of this evening. We're done with the theory side of things. So we've got an awesome lady on the call tonight. I've actually known her a couple of years. She started with us a couple of years ago when we still ran our wellness center in Milnerton, and she was a Fit Camp participant there with us. And then she disappeared for a bit, but Herbalife always finds you when you're ready, when you're really ready. So I'd like to introduce Wendy Cole to you guys this evening. She's just recently restarted her Herbalife journey with Via. Via is her coach, but she's had some incredible results. So good evening, Wendy, and welcome on the call.
Hi there, welcome. Thanks very much, and pleased to virtually meet some of you, most of you.
Awesome. Well, that's the great thing about technology. We can connect with everyone wherever they are in the world.
Exactly.
So tell me, you've got a couple of interesting hobbies. Tell us a little bit more about your two hobbies that you're involved in.
The one I do what's called club line dancing. No, it's not just the hoe down, achy breaky heart, that type square dance setup. We actually do individual dancing as well. I do that 3 hours a week. And then I also got myself stupidly involved about a year ago into open water swimming. So, funny story actually. I mean, about a year ago, December, a friend of mine decided, she said, "Oh, Wendy, I'm going to swim a kilometer in York Dam at Boschendal. Why don't you come along and support?" So I said, well, I mean, Okay, typical ex-fit camper. I said, support, bugger that. Sign me up. How long can a kilometer be? Yeah, after losing my swimming cap, singing Baby Shark and everything else that one could possibly do, eventually I managed to make it. And yeah, I've just been swimming along, excuse the pun, from there. So yeah, that's pretty much in a nutshell what I get up to.
Awesome stuff. And both of these things you were doing before you got back onto the Herbalife products, correct?
Correct, yes, that's right.
Okay, so what made you decide to come back and get on board with Herbalife again?
It sounds like a cliche, but it's really, really true. The feeling that you get, the confidence that it gives you, and literally the whole energy supplement in terms of the CR7, the shake, the sustainable breakfast, the aloe, the tea is awesome. I just felt a hell of a lot better when I was on the products. I knew that my life had focus, my health, my lifestyle, my well-being had focus. I could actually control it. It sounds very weird, but if you lead a busy life, I'm in the events industry, you don't always feel like you've got control over everything and you feel like you're spinning out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But when you can actually control your eating habits, your health and your lifestyle, it makes a huge difference. And that's really what the products have actually meant to me. I actually just feel positive, literally tons more energy, and just motivated again to carry on.
That's fantastic. And tell me, how long is it now that you've been back on the products? Because I don't think it's been that long.
No, Bia will know my weekly visits. It's been 3 weeks today, I think, or since the 30th of January.
We started on the
Wow.
30th of Jan.
Yeah.
Incredible. That's incredible. And you're already experiencing results like that. That's pretty amazing. So I believe that you had your assessment again today. So won't you share with us, if you can recall, what your results are so far in the 3 weeks?
Yeah, in 3 weeks, Bia can comment on the other technical stuff, but in short, in 3 weeks, I'm 6.5 kilos down and 70 centimeters off.
That is incredible. Jeepers. Wow. No wonder you feel as amazing as you do.
So yeah, that's where the confidence comes in. But yeah, I do realize it's not typical. I'm not expecting that every single week.
Yeah.
But as I said, it's a small commitment, goals and things. And I think the key thing is just to anybody who ever doubts it, just to carry on, keep at it, and literally take one day at a time. And also, I mean, being on that whole 21-day group, I'm a bit busy sometimes to comment, but really that support and that motivation and, the friendship and camaraderie that you actually make just makes it all the way a hell of a lot easier and a hell of a lot, it's fulfilling in a sense to have like-minded people who also support each other.
Exactly, and I think that's a very big part, and that's what I touched on earlier on as well, is that it's such an essential part. It's not just we dump products with someone and say, well, good luck, let's hope it works for you. You actually get looked after by your coach, and you're part of a like-minded community too. But can you take us through more or less what your day looks like, especially when it's a day that includes training? Which products are you using, and how do you use them throughout your day?
Sure. What I do is, first thing in the morning, like almost religiously, is I actually use the ProCore product. I take half, like 250 ml ice water, because especially in the hot days, I have that actually first thing. And it actually helps I've noticed it actually helps my digestion quite a bit. From that, then straight onto if I'm training, I'll take the normally a shake, tea and aloe before I go to train. My swimming is normally early morning, like 6 o'clock or 5:45, depending on if I put my alarm on snooze or not. To the gym, anything between 500 meters to 800 meters before work, or otherwise on a weekend between 1 or even 2 kilometers in the Planet Fitness gym pool. After that, I'll always take a bottle of the CR7 with me. I really find that helps a lot. Water obviously as well, but the CR7 just gives, literally when it gets to like halfway through, just that extra bit of boost or energy when you need to do those lengths. And then obviously for snacks, I'll use those. I have actually used the protein bars, especially that lemon citrus one. Guilt-free snacking, it's freaking amazing. And then obviously, the shake, aloe, tea, multi-fiber as well. That's really nice. And then, just basically a normal supper. But That's really the type of the nutrition I use. Protein drink mix as well. If I really want to like strengthen my shake a bit, before doing like mid-mile or that type of thing, I'll incorporate that with my breakfast just to give you that extra, as you say, creaminess and extra just kick to your full, substance to your shake.
And you mentioned when we were chatting as well that you use another product which is called Nightworks. You want to share your experience with that?
Absolutely amazing. Especially with me, I literally struggle to, switch off both physically and emotionally when I go to sleep, because you've obviously your mind's running circles. So Bia actually introduced that to me about 3 weeks ago. So I just take a scoop of that, put it in some nice cold water, and it's also got like a lemony, citrusy taste. And I'll be very honest with you, I mean, literally it's improved my sleep patterns drastically. I have that literally just before going to sleep, and I don't get any of those like shock waves or wake up in the middle of the evening, have to watch TV or read a book or play charades just to try and get myself back to sleep.
So your quality of your rest has actually improved as well, which is also so important with the volume of training that you do. That's part of your recovery. So tell me,
also like with restless legs, restless legs and that type of thing. Especially if you've been busy, with dancing as well, it's quite heavy on your legs. You don't wake up with that whole restless leg feeling, or you can actually just literally get proper rest and just switch off. So it makes a big difference.
Awesome. So you definitely feel a bit more rejuvenated in the mornings when you wake up.
Definitely. Definitely.
Great stuff. And tell me, with all of your training that you're doing, have you noticed a difference in the amount of time that you need to recover after a hard training session or after competing?
Believe it or not, yes, absolutely. Especially in swimming and dancing, where it would normally take me, I'd really have to go home, have a sleep, like lights out for like an hour or two. I've actually got a lot more sustained energy where, you might feel, okay, the fatigue or whatever might hit you for like 15 or 20 minutes. Yeah. But, I don't feel like I've been hit by a bus after a like dance session that, phone an ambulance halfway through the workout. Sure. So it really, really does make a difference. Nothing happens overnight, which I totally get. But if you use them properly and you use them regularly, you will feel the results.
Couldn't agree with you more on that. Wendy, thank you so much for sharing your journey and your results with us. Would you be open to taking some questions in case anyone has a question for you?
Sure, not a problem.
Okay, guys, mic's open if you want to ask Wendy anything. No trick questions, but you can ask her anything.
No, I'm not swimming any events for people, and I'm not an Uber.
No questions, guys? Everyone good?
Hi!
Oh, there we go, the noisy one. Hey, Roxana.
I'm going to be very nice and quiet because there's other people on the call. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Well done on your results, That's super awesome. So I have a question. What made you, or at least the swimming itself? Like if I wanted to start swimming, what would be your suggestion to start off with, being just a customer starting on the product? What would your suggestion be to the person? After listening to your story, you said that the CR7 and all the products that you're currently using. So being a completely new customer, never used the product before, what would your suggestion be to that person?
Quite frankly, it just depends if they get access to, even if you just swim in your pool. What I suggested was I started short, besides a kilometer, but I started short, like, 100 meters, 200 meters, and mainly just the CR7 that I started off with. It's just literally just to give you an alternative to running to that, those power aids and the energy aids that actually, they don't really do much for you, where I just find a tremendous advantage is just doing swimming small increments at a time, slowly, your own pace, and then that CR7 just as a bottle, at the pool side. I'm not saying swim with it on your back. That you just, it happens, but just that you've got some nutritional assistance to you, while you're actually, while you're doing the exercise.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Awesome. Thanks, Roshana. Any other questions, guys? Looks
I
like
don't
that's
bite.
it.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. Thanks again so much, Wendy. We really appreciate you sharing your journey and all the practical tips that you've had. And I know that in the weeks to come, I'm sure Bia is going to be posting lots more updates with your incredible results. So I'm really super happy to see you back in the Herbalife fold. Welcome back.
So am I. Thank you very much, everybody. And yeah, keep up the good work and the team spirit. It's awesome.
Will do. Thanks so much. Okay.
Thank you, Wendy.
Pleasure.
Awesome. Thanks, Peppy. Okay, so some of you who are on the call may know that I do Olympic weightlifting as a sport. So I thought I'd drop in a few, well, or share a couple of ideas with you guys about how I use the products. If you have clients that are focused a lot on strength training and they struggle with their recovery, I basically train 5 days a week. And on Saturday mornings, I do parkrun. And Sundays is the only day where I kind of take a break, but not really, because I have training with my dogs on Sunday mornings. And it's actually very, very active, the type of training that we're doing with them now. So it's definitely not sitting there watching the dog do stuff. We do stuff together. There's a lot of running and stuff involved as well. So right now, my life is pretty active. I do quite a bit of stationary cycling as well for my cardio. I've got lots of knee issues and ankle issues and things, so I can't really do a lot of running and skipping and box jumps and those kinds of things. So I had to find other ways to get my cardio in, and that's where my bike comes in. But my weightlifting itself is anywhere from an hour and a half up to 2 hour sessions. And I don't train with dumbbells generally. It's generally a barbell and weight plates added to it. So if I'm training light, I'm working with anywhere between 25 to 35 kilograms in weight. And repetitions on a day like today, for instance, I had a total of 120 reps that I had done with a barbell, different kinds of exercises. So it gets a little bit tiring and taxing on the body. And for those of you who don't know what Olympic weightlifting is, if you've watched the Olympics on television and the guys who do weightlifting there's two disciplines that they compete in. The one is the snatch, the other one is the clean and jerk. Those are the two things that I train for, but I don't exclusively do those exercises. There's a lot of other exercise that I do around that. To get my muscles and my body stronger. So one thing that I'm doing now, and I don't really struggle with muscle stiffness, I don't really struggle with soreness, even if I've had a really, really heavy lifting session like I did on Friday. I was 100, the Big Five, or I call it now the Big Five that we have in our core breakfast program, the new Herbalife core program. That's what I use every single day for my breakfast. My lunch looks exactly the same. I just don't have the multi-fiber at lunch. I have my second multi-fiber at night after dinner. I have my healthy snacks, protein-based snacks in between. Sometimes it would be a protein bar, but I prefer to keep my protein bars for those sweet cravings when they hit. And the protein bars have 10 grams of protein, and I actually need a lot more protein. So I actually do food snacks for myself, often with my for my mid-morning and my mid-afternoon snacks, or I'll use the protein drink mix, or what I'm going to share with you guys a little bit later on, what I've included now is this awesome new high-protein iced coffee, which is a really, really great snack alternative as well. I'll give you guys some ideas on how to use that as well. But then for my recovery, straight after I finish my workout, my rebuild strength is ready, it's mixed, I get my rebuild strength in. And I think that especially is one of the big keys to help with muscle recovery and get the body functioning again the way it should. And in the evenings, here's another tip for you guys with the rebuild strength. If I still feel quite fatigued after my training that I did early in the morning, I'll often have a rebuild strength before bed. Because if you think about what your body does when you sleep, it actually uses nutrients to do repair. So if I give it a little bit of extra protein before bedtime, a little bit of extra L-glutamine, a little bit of extra branched-chain amino acids, it really helps with the recovery there as well. And then CR7 and Hydrate, those are two products that I use as well for my general hydration during the day, but CR7 while I'm busy training, because as Wendy pointed out, somewhere halfway through a heavy training session, that's when your glucose stores start running low in your body, and that's when the fatigue usually kicks in. So they're the CR7 and the carbohydrates it's got in there can actually help you with that. So I hope you guys got lots of ideas on how you can actually use your Herbalife products. And, you know, Wendy we're still working on the results. I'm still working on my results, but that doesn't prevent us from being very competitive in the sports that we choose. So if you have clients who say, you know what, I first want to lose my weight before I start getting physically active, they don't have to. Obviously within reason and within measure, depending on what it is they want to do, but there's no reason why you can't be physically active and use the Herbalife 24 sports range and use a lot of the other products on the journey of you working towards your final results that you're looking for. I don't know if anyone has any questions for me before I move on to the second part of my presentation, or is everyone good? Oh, good. Awesome. Okay.
No, so Lisa?
Yes, Amina?
Yeah. What is the weight of that lift? What is the weight of that? I would love to know. How much does it weigh?
Depends what lift I'm doing. If Bia can prop up slide 12 for me, then I can give you an idea of some of the lifts that I'm doing. So part of my accessory work... So my bench press is currently at 70 kilograms. That's my 1 rep max. So the picture you see there was when I did my 70 kilogram bench press. My trainer was just standing there in case I couldn't make the lift, but I did. The middle picture is me setting up for when I do my snatches. My snatches are currently my weakest lift. Those I'm around 30 to 35 kilograms, but I'm training light now because I'm recovering. Well, I've just come out of a long-term shoulder injury. The picture on the right is a deadlift. So 115 kilograms is not my 1 rep max there. I actually did 3 of those lifts after each other. So these are all exercises working towards strengthening my body for Olympic weightlifting. And then at the bottom is currently my 1 rep max for the clean and jerk, which is a 50 kilogram clean and jerk. So
wow.
that's kind of what I'm playing around with, depending on how I feel and what phase of my training I'm in. Because it's not just about lifting as heavy as you can. My training works in cycles. So there's cycles where we train deliberately at lighter weights but higher repetitions to build up the fitness and get the legs and the body and everything strong for the lifts. And then it switches over to a next cycle where my repetitions are really low, but then you try and push as heavy as possible with the weights. And that's often when you then hit your 1 rep max weights.
Awesome.
It's a fun sport and very challenging, but I love it. So I hope that answers your question.
Indeed, that is goals.
Good. Awesome. Next slide, please, Leah.
Fine.
Right, so for those of you who were at the Leadership Development Weekend, and even if you weren't, if you check your Herbalife mail, you will know that we actually had another new product launch. Herbalife is just on fire the last year or two. We keep on getting brand new product after brand new product, new innovation, revamping our shakes. I mean, Herbalife is just incredible. So we've got a new product launch, which is a great door opener to chat to your clients about if you're a coach on the call this evening. So introducing our new fabulous high protein iced coffee. Guys, if you haven't tasted this yet, you have to get your hands on this, especially if you are someone who likes the taste of coffee. This product is incredible. I'm going to give you a little bit of background on the product. If we can have the next slide, please, Bia. Right, so these are the key features of the product. It's not coffee flavored. So even if you have people who say, but I'm a serious coffee drinker, I only drink proper coffee, this is proper coffee. Robusta is one of your key coffee beans that you get, from which coffee is generally made. So it's Robusta coffee beans, sourced naturally. They've used coconut creamer for a creamy texture, so it's really got that creamy, milky taste. It's got 15 grams of protein in it, guys. You don't get coffee out there that's going to give you that amount of protein. This is just incredible, all right? So whey protein is a dairy protein, so this would not be suitable for vegans, but for lacto-vegetarians. So in other words, vegetarians who use dairy products, this would be great. There's a little bit of sea salt to help boost the flavor, not that you taste it, but it obviously is a flavor enhancer. And this is brilliant. No added rubbish sugars that they put in there. It's naturally sourced stevia. Okay, so it's a sugar alternative And stevia, by the way, is a kind of sugar that doesn't really get absorbed into your system. So calorie-wise, it doesn't really affect your calorie intake. So it gives you the sweet taste without the other negative side effects that you have with sugar in general. And it's got 80 milligrams of caffeine. So if you're someone who loves your morning coffee because you want your coffee kick, here's your new and healthier and better alternative. Or later in the day when you love having a cup of coffee, this is what you need to be aiming for. Next slide, please, Leah. Right, so as I mentioned, it's got whey protein. So it's a high quality protein. It's got your amino acids, branch chain amino acids, which also helps with muscle recovery. All right, so very, very important. And it's quickly absorbed into the system because it's whey protein. It's a dairy protein. It gets assimilated very quickly. Next slide, please, Leah. Your coffee powder, Robusta coffee beans from natural sources. As I already said, one of the 2 main coffee varieties. So there's no artificial coffee powders in here. 80 milligrams of caffeine. So forget about your Red Bull and your energy drinks and all the other stuff that you drink. Here's your new energy drink that you should be focusing on. And it's got the same amount of caffeine as an espresso shot, which is really, really great. So you'll still get the benefit of the energy plus all the other added benefits of the product. Next slide, please, Leah. All right, so to recap the features, 15 grams per serving protein, low in fat, no added sugars, 80 milligrams of caffeine, artificial colorant free. And this is a big thing that Herbalife has been focusing on. No artificial colorants, no artificial sugars, suitable for your lacto-vegetarians. And currently we've got it in a latte macchiato flavor and it is flipping good. Next slide, please, Leah. So it's very, very simple to prepare. If you just want to have it as is, you're basically going to take 2 scoops of water, glass of ice, a glass of water, and you're going to mix it up in your shaker. So to actually show you guys how quickly that is, I've got my shaker over here. There was ice in here earlier on, but I think it's all melted. But anyway, I've got my 250 ml water. You've got your little scooper inside. So you've got your 1 scoop and a 2nd scoop. Pop that in there. Shake it up. And if you want, you can have a glass separately with your ice blocks in it already, and you can basically just pour this over your ice blocks, and off you go. You've got a delicious iced coffee latte macchiato. So this is obviously not the only way in which you can prepare it. There's a couple of recipes that have been shared on the group. We can share them again. You can do a spiced vanilla latte protein shake where you can actually use a milk base instead of water. You can add a dash of vanilla extract, some ground cinnamon, a little bit of maple syrup for extra sweetness if you wanted to, or you can leave that out. And heading towards winter, later in the year, or if you are someone who prefers hot coffee drinks, you can actually have this hot as well. So you can basically take your high protein iced coffee, say you want to add in some spices like ginger and cinnamon, you can mix it up in a bowl until it's combined. Then you can take a small pan, put it on the stove, add a little bit of your milk. So I don't drink dairy milk at all, so I would use almond milk, and then add those ingredients to the pan and you can gently warm it, pop it into a mug, dust a little bit of ground ginger over it, and you've got a delicious warm latte macchiato sitting there waiting for you. So there's tons of recipe ideas. Have a look at the Herbalife websites for some more ideas, and as they come through, we'll share them with you guys on the groups as well. But this is the key thing. If you compare this coffee to your coffees that you would buy in a coffee shop, look at the difference in calories. Well, those are in kilojoules, but calories would be the same as well, far less in kilojoules, much higher in protein, less than 1 gram of sugar, 0.7 grams of sugar, all right, versus 28 grams on average on these flavored coffees that you buy, 80 milligrams of caffeine versus around 52 milligrams of coffee and the other options that you get. And I actually looked at the cost of the latte macchiato, our high protein coffee, and in general, what you would pay for coffee in a coffee shop, it's on par per serving, more or less the same price, except you're getting double the benefits in terms of the nutrition that's in there. So for me personally, who loves having a nice coffee every now and then from a coffee shop, not needed anymore. I can make my own nice coffee with my latte macchiato from Herbalife. Next slide, please, Via. Right, so depending on who your clients are that you're working with, it's great for people who are looking at weight management because they might want to drink their flavored coffees, but they don't want the extra calories and sugars and other nonsense that they've got. So this is a great way to get a low kilojoule, low sugar, low fat snack in. People just generally focused on wellness are looking for a clean label snack with a few ingredients, which this is. And for your fit and active people, they often are looking for a protein snack to boost their daily protein intake. And for some people, perhaps something like the PDM might be a bit sweet in taste. So yeah, you've got a brilliant alternative. And a lot of people love having a coffee after a workout. I know that we, after parkrun on Saturday mornings, we all go together for a cup of coffee. So there's a big coffee culture in South Africa. So this is a great way to substitute it for something healthier. Next slide, please, Leah. Right, so the suggested customer selling price is 568 Rand 77. It works out to around 40 Rand per serving. And if you think about what you pay for most coffee, just a basic cappuccino or a basic filter coffee, you're pretty much hitting that price per serving anyway. Volume points 30.55, so a decently volume point product for you to add into your arsenal and to promote to your customers. I posted today that I had mine, and I posted it on Facebook, and I've already had people that gym with me inquiring about this because they're big coffee drinkers. So guess where this is going with me on Friday morning when I go back for my next weightlifting session. So it's a great way to sample, and once people taste, they're going to love it. Right, so, just to recap what we spoke about tonight, if you're a coach, using the products is the first and most important rule. Second part is actually looking then at building your team. But the important thing to remember is, and this is something that we got from our guest speaker on the weekend as well, it doesn't matter how big your team is, it matters how many people are actually using the products. So let's focus on giving great service, really focusing on helping people achieve their goals, and make sure that they use the products. Look at how you can work with your customers to upgrade their programs a little bit, perhaps adding another product or two, replacing it with stuff that they might be doing already. Sometimes we're just so focused on giving a customer what they want, but we forget to show them all the other options that we have available and how we can actually enhance their experience with Herbalife. So I hope you guys got some great value out of that this evening. There's a lot of information that we shared, but I think some of the theory is sometimes necessary before we get to the practical side of things. So that's it pretty much from my side. So I know Bia's got a couple of things that she wants to share with you guys. So I'm going to hand back over to her. Thank you so much, Bia.
Absolutely fantastic, Lisa. Thank you so much. And thank you also, Wendy. This was really inspiring. But I don't go into Olympic weightlifting. This is what I can tell you already, but this is what you know from me. For those who don't know me, my name is Bia Corrie. And I got just a message now here from Amina. She would love to share her results here on the group. If you don't mind, for all the people who don't know her, because she has also very amazing results. She is a busy mom all the time, very, very busy. And she got fantastic energy results, but also weight loss results. She just recently qualified now for the world team level, was also at the leadership development weekend. So Amina, as we run a little bit out of time, but please share your story. We really appreciate.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Amina Peterson. I'm a wife, a mom of 3 kids, a businesswoman doing Herbalife part-time with a full-time mindset. Herbalife found me when I was tired, overweight, exhausted, had a belly, and now I am full of energy. I've actually lost 2 pant sizes from a size 36 to a size 32, from a 78 kilograms to 67 kilograms, and I lost over 10 kilograms with Herbalife, and I feel amazing and super excited. And with these results, I actually started my business with Herbalife as a 25% member, and I feel fantastic. And all I can say is from these results, my business started, and as Bia said, I've just achieved world team. And thank you, Herbalife, for my loyal customers and my members who are super excited, who is on the products all the time and just loving it. Thank you, Herbalife.
Awesome, fantastic, Amina. Thank you so much. And I get another knock here on the door, and this is Rafika from Port Elizabeth. She just recently qualified as well, and was also now at the leadership development weekend. She came all the way from Port Elizabeth. This is how she found it important to be at the leadership development weekend. So over to you, Rafika.
Hi guys, thank you, Bia. And Liesl, I like the specs. I have never seen you wear them. I like the look.
Open your video. Open your video.
I'm not covered.
Oh, okay.
So I'm from Port Elizabeth. I'm 37 years old, married, working full-time, got two boys. I started Herbalife. Herbalife found me in 2012 because I needed to lose the weight after giving birth to my little one. And I just wanted to get back to my pre-pregnancy body weight, which was between 55 and 57. And my sponsor found me and said, join a challenge. I joined the challenge. I lost 6.2 kgs, 22.5 centimeters in the 12-week challenge. So I won the challenge at the time. And then I became a preferred member because I needed to maintain this weight, of which I have. And then left the products because life happened, but felt depressed. I was unhappy with myself when I looked in the mirror. So I recommitted to my weight loss goals in April 2018 and also then joined the business. And during that time, I lost 4 Ks, 5 weeks, dropped 2 pant sizes, feeling amazing, got all the energy and loving my Herbalife journey. And as from the business point of view, I earn about 3,000 to 5,000 Rand a month doing the business very, very part-time. Thank you, Herbalife.
Fantastic, Rafika. And I know you have big goals now for this year.
Absolutely.
I'm holding thumbs for you because Rafika shared with me on a private note. She's now really building the business so that she can sooner or later do it full time and be around the family and be there for the family. So all the best for you, Rafika. We know Herbalife is so set up that everybody can achieve his individual goals in the company. So thank you everybody for sharing.
Thank you.
I get more knocks here on the door, more people want to share the story, but I'm sorry, we can't hear everybody right now because time is running out already. But I can tell you already next Wednesday, we have another exciting call coming up. So just make a note for Wednesday, 8 o'clock, block it. There's always some more inspiration to keep you on track, basically, with the newest of the newest regarding the product results, regarding for your own experience, that you have the best experience and get into the best shape ever. You want to make a note already for those who are in Cape Town or coming to Cape Town on the 29th of February. We have our nutrition fair coming up. This is really in a very relaxed atmosphere. You can bring your friends, your family, everybody can join us there. We share delicious recipes, and guess what? We definitely will taste there is our iced coffee. So this will be definitely there. But we always share also different other recipes and ideas. So you can taste our products, you can test even the skincare products there. So if you come there, you can even have a little facial. So we are prepared for everything. You just must come and enjoy. So that's from 2 till 5 o'clock. No worries about the children. You can bring your children with, because this is not a sit down and be quiet event. This is actually where we all just chill out, chat with each other and experience a lot about health and good nutrition. Very quickly for all the members on the call, we have a new support structure starting already, part of it, but the main part starts already in March. We are very, very excited about that. You want to make a note for it. So all the brand new members and distributors, we have our WhatsApp training on a Monday, Tuesday and Thursday, which makes it possible to you to work, to learn from home, basically, to any convenient time, where we learn more about the core products, the marketing plan, and also about incentives, events, and promotion. Then we have obviously our 21-day challenge to support you to get great results for yourself, but also for your customers. We have Q&A, questions and answer on a daily basis, and we have the Wednesday Zoom call. But what we want to help you is basically to move up from your members level, which is the 25% level, up to a 35% level as quick as possible, because on a senior consult level, this is the 35% level, you can go already in the focus group 1. And what do we do in the focus group 1? That's a 4-week group where we work together in a smaller circle, and it's only senior consultants. Obviously, it's only people who want to move up to the 42% and ultimately to the 50% level, to the supervisor level. So you basically learn there how to build a team and how to work together with a team. It's very, very excited. So you have an individual leader in this group, very excited about that one. And from there, basically, for all the newly qualified supervisors, another support group. So the moment you move up to a supervisor level, or you're an existing supervisor already with a certain amount of volume points, you can go into the focus group number 2. So just make sure that your name gets onto the list right now, because the groups are getting busy now setting up, and you must take care of your name being on the right list for the right group, that you don't miss out when we kick off on the 1st of March these amazing groups. And the focus group number 3 is for all the world teams and above only. And obviously for them also it goes in the further development to reach the next level. So we really look that everybody, if this is our valued client, our valued coach, everybody is supported to get basically where you want to get. If you want to have fantastic product results, we're going to support you like crazy. If you want to get also a little bit business going, maybe just as much that you can pay for your own products or you get your own products for free, we support you like crazy. If you're somebody who say, I could do with 3,000 to 5,000 Rand extra like Rafika, very part-time, we support you like crazy. And if you're somebody who says, man, on a stage, I would like actually to have a new career or a second career, it's better to stand on 2 legs instead of 1 leg, then we support you like crazy, crazy. So I just want to say thank you now for being on the call tonight. Thank you very much, Liesl, for preparing all these amazing slides and taking us through and preparing yourself for tonight and making yourself available. Wendy, I know your time is always very limited, so thank you very much for sharing your results in detail with us tonight. Amina, Rafika, sharing your stories. Sorry for all the others we couldn't take right now, but the next time, definitely. So just join us on the next Wednesday call again. Let's make the circle bigger. So hopefully you come back and you enjoyed it tonight. Then we hope to see you next Wednesday again, and hopefully with a couple of friends and family sitting on the sofa with you and sharing their or just listening to our amazing results and next product treats, what we're gonna share. We're gonna share some recipes next Wednesday on the call, I think, so don't miss out on that one. And if there's something you didn't like, we like to hear from you. We are open for criticism as well, but obviously if you like it, we want to see you back and with lots of people on the next call. So thank you very much. Have a great evening, everybody. All the supervisors, I see you just now in a 2-minute break on the other call so that we can talk on a leadership level and can take it further from there. Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Night, night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.